of a sudden, Arjuna actually coined a new term called Sthita Prajna, right? Okay. Now the word itself is very, very easy to understand. Sthita, stationed. Prajna, wisdom. Stationed in a wisdom. Stationed in a true wisdom, not any other wisdom. Right? True wisdom is always the wisdom about Paramatma and his presence in everything that we see. Right? So that awareness and that steady focus always on that wisdom. అంటే పొద్దున్న ప్రూవ్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు మాత్రమే ఆ విజ్డమ్ ఉండి మళ్ళీ సాయంత్రానికి వెళ్ళిపోయి అలా కంప్లీట్లీ ఫోకస్డ్ ఇంటూ దట్ విజ్డమ్ and not deviating from that. One who does that, I think that is what Sthita Prajna is. Why I'm saying I think, because yet not Bhagwan has not yet started explaining what is Sthita Prajna. So how can I let him do? Let him. But there are some intelligent questions. This is the term that Arjuna coined, said Sthita Prajna. And the question for him is Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha. What does he speak? How does he communicate? How can you look at a person and say, while talking, how can you say he is a Sthita Prajna? Right? So that is one thing. Samadhisthasya Keshava, when he is in that balanced mindset, because Bhagwan has been talking about what all this time, from 45 onwards he started on? Buddhi Yoga, Buddhi Yoge Tvimam Shrunu, he told, right? Now I am telling you, ippadi Sankhya cheppano, ippudu neeku Buddhi Yoga gurinchi cheptanu vinu ani cheppadu kada 45. So from there he is continuing, right? So he is talking about Buddhi Yoga ante enti. Buddhi completely focusing into Paramatma in all the activities being performed, while doing activity, after doing activity, looking at the results, looking at the tools, looking at people, looking at every other thing around you. You just feel about God's presence in it. And with that mindset, you are performing every action, and so your every action will be perfect and perfect. Yeah. And now he's saying, so Arjuna is saying, okay, so if everybody is thinking like good and bad as same, Kauravas and Pandavas as same, so why should I fight? I am still one amongst them. I am seeing both good and bad at the same place. In fact, I'm in the center of the war field, so I can see good, I can see bad at the same distance. How I should treat it? Ilanti confusion vastundi kada. So he's saying, if I want to treat them equally, then what should I do? So he's asking, how does Sthita Prajna live in this world? Right? One who is constantly focused upon Paramatma, looks good and bad equally. How in that equanimous mindset, how he can live in this world? How do they communicate? Curiosity. How do they communicate in this world? Ki bhasha. Right? Ka bhasha. Then Sthitadi kim prabhasheta. What kind of speeches, what kind of thoughts come to their mind? What do they speak? Right? Kim prabhasheta. Kim asita. How do they sit? How do they sit ante? Where are they located? How do they sit ante? Whether they sit straight or whether they sit like this. Ala kadu. Sit ante enti ante, how do they rest? How do they take? I mean, where do they sit? How do they sit ante ardham enti? What are the things that they do to get themselves situated at a place? What are the places they live? Adi danardham. Vrajeta kim, where do they walk? What is their walk of life? Ante వాళ్ళు ఎలాంటి పనులు చేస్తారు? How do we know? That's a beautiful question from Arjuna. Ante teliste, while we are seeing in this world different kinds of people, if we see somebody like that, we will start respecting, we will follow them, we will get in their acquaintance, and slowly we may also become Sthita Prajna. His inquiry is good, his questions are good, but let's see what Bhagwan is trying to answer to Arjuna's questions. Okay, let's chant 55. Pranavi, will you chant after me?
Yes, uncle.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Prajahati yada kaman.
Prajahati yada kaman.
Sarvan partha manogatan.
Sarvan partha manogatan.
Atmanyev atmana tushtihi. Tushta.
आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः
Atmanyevatmana tushtaha.
आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः
Hitaprajnastadochyate.
स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते.
Let's do the full line, Sanshi. Shri Bhagavanuvacha.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Prajahati yada kaman. Sarvan parthamanogatan.
Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan
Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. Sthitaprajnastadochyate.
Atmanyevatmana tushtaha stitaprajnastadochyate.
So when somebody asks a question, an able teacher, a good teacher, because it is the first time the word has come, the teacher should clarify what is the meaning of that word, so that it does not create any confusion to the people. So Bhagwan is now trying to say, Arjuna, good, you said Sthita Prajna, but let me explain to you what Sthita Prajna means. Bhagwan says, Prajahati. Jahati means burning it out. Jaha means burning, right? Prajahati means burning it out. What are you burning? Kaman. What is Kaman? Kamaha means your desire, a strong desire to get something, you know, like even if it is good grades, I want to get good grades, right? I want to do this. I always want to do this. That's Kaman. So Prajahati Kaman Sarvan. Not one or two desires, all the desires. Can you just check and come? So Prajahati Kaman Sarvan means all the desires are burnt out. Burnt out and enti, they are not taken care of anymore. They are not invited anymore. There are no more desires existing, right? Such ante, ippudu suppose if you go to a Sthita Prajna Lakshana person and you say offer him a nice sweet, laddu, gulab jamun, whatever, says, I know you like this, can you please have it? He will say, he will just take it, he will probably take a small piece, will say thank you, namaskaram, and then keep the plate outside. I'm not hungry, but thank you, you offered, so I'm tasting it, thank you. Right? If it was me, then what he will do? He will take the plate, eat the first one. Then he says, wow, it's very nice. Eat the second one, complete the plate. Then, do you have some more? This is what person like me will say. But a Sthita Prajna Lakshana person does not have that desire at all. He does not like that at all. I mean, he neither likes nor dislikes. So you give any other thing that he does not like or you think he does not like, he will treat it the same way. He will take that small piece, thank you for the prasadam, he'll keep it outside. This is the first quality. I mean, I'm just saying about eating because we all can connect to that, right? But there are many such desires in this world that we always want to cherish, enjoy, do again and again and again, and want that more and more. Best example is money. I have X number of dollars or rupees in my bank account. I need to double it up in next 5 years. I need to triple it up in next 15 years. These are the silly targets we have. So that is also a kamaha. So that also is not considered by the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Then what does he do? Okay, he has given out, he has burnt out all his kamaha, manogatan, all the emotions that he has. The desires, where do they come from? Vasana is correct, but how do they affect you? To your mind, you get those emotions. When you do something that you desire for, you feel a presence of joy, right? Suppose you are not able to do that, you feel the presence of pain in the same mind and heart. Now, when I say mind, people just directly go to the heart. right? Because emotions come from there, right? So these emotions are also not existing anymore. And then Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. Tushtaha means what? Have you ever heard this word in Telugu? Or closer word? Add some in front of that, what you get? Santushtaha. What does that mean? Satisfied. Santushtaha means satisfied. Tushtaha means satisfied. So Sthita Prajna Purusha is always satisfied. Satisfied with what? He has no desires. So he is satisfied with what? Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. He feels that there is everything inside him. Lot of happiness inside him. He doesn't need anything more. He or she feel that everything is inside. Lot of happiness. Not even a split inch of extra happiness is needed because he or she is filled with that. And so he or she always focuses on the internals, the Paramatma that's inside, keeps him always fresh and keeps remembering him by chanting him, by thinking about him, by recollecting his stories, by chanting his songs, kirtanams, right? This constantly happens. Why? Because this Sthita Prajna Lakshana person is satisfied with what is there inside. Paramatma resides in me. I am happy being with him. I'm playing with him. I'm sleeping with him. I'm eating with him. This kind of a bhakti, this kind of a feel is what keeps him always joy. So can that joy ever diminish? No, because he is not dependent on any other external object. If he is dependent on this phone, then obviously as the phone breaks, then he is unhappy, correct? But that's not true. He is not depending on anything else. He is depending on the Atma, the existence of Paramatma inside him. And he always wants to play with him, worship him, eat with him, sleep with him, dance with him. So entire day, 24/7, 365 days, that's how this Sthita Prajna Lakshana person lives the life. Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. He is satisfied. He doesn't need anything more than that. So such a person is called as Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajnasya tada uchyate. Uchyate means called as. Such a person is called as Sthita Prajna. First of all the desires are burnt out. And then he enjoys in himself or herself. That is Sthita Prajna Purusha. So now Sthita Prajna definition Bhagavan has given, right? It is very hard to see such people in real life. You can only see great gurus, great saints and sages come into that category. All right. So let's go to 56. He is continuing the definitions. There are a couple of definitions about Sthita Prajna to make sure that we are clear about what it means. Who is going to chant with me? Mayukatali, can you chant?
Yes, Uncle.
Okay. Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha. Dukkeshu, Chapama?
Dukkeshu
Dvignamanaha.
Dvignamanaha.
Anudvignamanaha.
Anudvignamanaha.
Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Beautiful. So, Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Sukheshu
Dukkeshu
Vigataspruhaha.
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 Vigata Spruhaha.
Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha.
Sukheshu
Sukheshu
Vigataspruhaha.
Vigata Spruhaha.
Vitaragabhaya Krodhaha.
Vitaraga Bhaya Krodhaha.
వీటా కదమ్మది వీత వీత అంటే వదిలేయడం వీత
Okay.
నుంచే వదిలేయడం అనేది కూడా వచ్చింది వీతరాగ భయ క్రోధ
Vitaraga Bhaya Krodhaha.
హితధీర్ మునిరుచ్యతే
Hitadir Muniruchyate.
వెరీ గుడ్ తల్లి So Gautam, can you chant the whole lines louder, Kana? 56. Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha Sukheshu Vigataspruhaha. Vitaragabhaya Krodhaha. Sthitadhir Muniruchyate. So, there is a second definition. Now, this is a definition of Muni. A Muni is a beautiful example for Sthita Prajna Lakshana person. Right? What is Muni? Who is a Muni? He is a silent sage. He is a silent sage. Silent ante మాట్లాడకపోవడం ఒకటే కాదు. Silent ante thoughtless. Silent ante he doesn't have any other disturbing thought deviating him from his goal. What is his goal? Can anybody guess what would be the goal of a Muni? Moksham. Very nice. Good answer. The goal of any sage, Rishi, Muni would always be to get ultimate realization called moksham, which means merging into Paramatma and having no life thereafter, right? So such a person who is always silent, what he does, dukkeshu anudvignamanaha, when there are dukkha, but because he is a human being on this earth, there will be pain. He will be walking on without chappals in the forests. Some thorn, something will bite him, isn't it? Then because he has a body, he will get the pain, isn't it? I'm just giving a general example, but there are different kinds of pain. Pain to the body, pain to the mind, right? How many times in a day, almost like every half an hour, 1 hour, we do get this pain, isn't it? These days. That's how regular life is all about. It cannot be always happy. There will be pain coming in. There will be pain that will disturb you from what your goal is. Now, what Sthita Prajna Lakshana person will do? Dukkeshu, in dukkha, in pain, anudvignamanaha, he will not even care for it. He will not let the mind shatter. He will control the emotion. He will see the emotion and he will say, he will look at the emotion as if it is an emotion of somebody else. So, oh, you're feeling bad about it? Let it be. I'm fine. And then he will move on. See, the beauty of ignoring the pain is knowing the fact that it is subjected to time. Have you seen a person who is feeling painful throughout the day, from morning till evening? Oh, unless he is having a broken limb or something. But even then, if he is watching something or if he is in a deep sleep, he or she is in a deep sleep, they will not worry about the pain, isn't it? Am I right? Huh? So, pain is a function of time. If I have to convert that in terms of mathematics, pain is a function of time. So the easiest way to get away from pain is move on, skip the time. As soon as the next moment comes, the previous moment is gone. The pain was in the previous moment, but you have moved on to the next moment, so it's gone. That is the beauty of a Muni. With that focus, What he does, he looks at the pain and says, bye. Pain is gone. Right? So, dukkeshu anudvigna manaha. He doesn't let his mind shatter by just moving on. And then, sukheshu, in pain, okay. In excitement, you don't want to move on, isn't it? I wish I could stay for one more day at my friend's house. I wish there are few more hours for the sleepovers that you guys do, right? Few more hours, few more days of holidays. One more day in the weekend, 3 days in the weekend, 2 days are not. This is what I feel. So, sukheshu, we want to stick to that. That's called vigata spruha. So, the excitement that comes to us when we are in happiness, right? That also is an emotion. For that emotion also, this Sthita Prajna Lakshana does not treat it differently from what the emotion was during the pain. He again looks into that emotion and says, hey, poor fellow, you are not going to stay here forever. Why do you get excited this much? It is going to go. The pain is waiting next. So why are you like making a big deal out of it? Just move on. He again skips the time and then clears that excitement also. So this is the beauty of a Sthita Prajna Lakshana person. Dukkeshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigata spruhaha. He leaves all the excitement then and there at the table as if it's not his excitement and then moves on. How does he achieve this? What is the secret? The secret is in the second line. If you follow it in the same sequence, we will be able to achieve that kind of a stability in life. What is that? Vita, leave it in the same sequence. If you leave one, automatically that sequence will follow. The beauty of that life is that these are the only 3 things you have to leave in life. First is raga. Raga means liking. What do you like, Gautam? Football, leave it. What do you like, Shita? Any genre, which genre, any genre, what do you like? Books, you like books, leave it. Leave it and leave the liking for it, not leave the books. Leave the liking. So there is a subtle difference in that meaning. Leaving books has been said here. It has been said, leave the mad liking or addiction you have on the books. That is called raga. Once you leave raga, what you will leave next? Fear. What is fear? What is fear? Bhaya. Okay. But what is it? When does it come? When you can't do something? No, it's not exactly right. Suppose if you are not able to climb up the Everest, are you feared? No. When I go to the roller coaster ride, this is my experience. When I go all the way up on the Disney roller coaster ride, right? It goes to the peak. Up until then, I don't have fear. The moment it takes a tilt downwards, something happens to me. That is fear. But why that fear? What can happen? What is the plan? Let's discuss. Let's open up. You guys can all talk about it. Why Pawan uncle feels fearful just when the roller coaster is going to come down?
Fear is not knowing like what's going to happen next.
Correct, Nana. What's going to happen next? What may happen is what I'm asking. What may happen? I may die. Simple. Very simple. I am at that height. I may fall out of this something which is binding me now. What if this goes off and I fall down from this height and I die? Biggest fear is that for everyone. Mahateo Bhayat. This is the biggest fear. What if my life ends now? This is the fear. But why fear? Why? Because I have liking on my life. I like my life. I want to live longer. The moment I have that liking on my life, I will have a fear of losing it. Fear is not about something. Fear is always about losing something that you like. That is fear. So if you don't have liking, then you don't have fear, logically. Okay, I have gulab jamuns in the house, kala jamuns in the house. My dad brought. My sister ate few, my brother ate few. Now I'm afraid now that the ones remaining will also go. So I will start fearing about it, and I will do something later. What I will do? I will try to eat, but will they allow me to eat? No. They will also say, Anna, I also want, I also want. Then what will I do? I will not say, okay, take it. I will not say that. What I will do? I will say, these are mine. I get angry. I get my BP raised. I will start fighting with them. I'll punch them. This is what I did in my childhood, right? So I will do all that. That is called anger. Out of fear of losing comes the anger to reject that thought, that I don't want to get this thing which is my liking be lost. So when I am just at the roller coaster, first comes the fear. Then once the ride is over, I will say, it's all because of you that I have to go and have to face all these things. Poor guy, he just thought that daddy will come with me, he will experience something great. The way I am experiencing, enjoying, he will also enjoy. That's why he called me, right? But after coming down, I would look at him with anger and say, it's all because of you that all this has happened to me. Never ever take me. I will yell, I will shout, I will keep my mood off or something. This is anger. Now, where it started, man? If I didn't have liking for my life, there wouldn't have been a fear. If there was no fear, I wouldn't have got into anger. So these are the three things that if we leave, it is sufficient enough to leave all the other emotions. So what are those three? Number one, liking. Number two, fear. Number three, anger. So Sthitaprajna Lakshana leaves these three in the same sequence. So Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, Sthita Dhihi Muni Ruchyate. With that, leaving all these three, when he focuses completely on Paramatma, that is that silent sage without any other thoughts, no other deviations, no other disturbances in the mind. Such a person is called as Muni. Understood? Right. What's the time now? 9:48. We have few more minutes. So let's do the next verse. Anshitali, can you chant after me? Yah sarvatranabhisnehah.
Yes, yah sarvatranabhisnehah.
Yah sarvatranabhisnehah.
Yah sarvatranabhisnehah.
Tat prapya shubhashubham.
Tat prapya shubhashubham.
Nabhinandanti.
Nabhinandati.
Nabhinandati nadveshti.
Nabhinandati nadveshti.
Tasya prajna pratisthita.
Tasya prajna pratishtita.
Very good, Tali. Mayuka, will we do full lines?
Yes, uncle.
Yah sarvatranabhisnehah tat prapya shubhashubham.
Yah sarvatra nabhisnehas. Uncle, can you say that?
No, let's put it down. Yah sarvatran abhisnehah.
Yah sarvatran abhisneha.
Abhisneha.
Okay. In my book, it's like wrong.
ఏముంది హస్స ఉంటుంది అక్కడ, అభిస్నేహస్ అని ఉంటుంది, అవునా? మనం సాంస్క్రిట్ లో తల్లి అభిస్నేహ తర్వాత వచ్చే పదం ఏంటి? తత్. ఈ రెండింటిని కలిపేటప్పుడు ఆ అహా ఉంటుంది చూసావా, ఈ రెండింటిని కలిపేటప్పుడు ఆ అహా వచ్చి స అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. ఓకే, సో అభిస్నేహ ప్లస్ తత్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు అభిస్నేహస్తత్. కానీ మనం విడదీసి చదువుతున్నాం కదా, అక్కడ పాజ్ ఇస్తున్నాం కదా, అందుకని సా అనే వర్డ్ కి మీనింగ్ లేదు. స ఇస్ బికమ్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వెన్ యూ మర్జ్ దోస్ టూ వర్డ్స్. వీఆర్ గివింగ్ ఎ పాజ్ దేర్, అందుకని ఆహా పెట్టాలి అక్కడ. ఓకే, యః సర్వత్రానభిస్నేహః.
యః సర్వత్రానభిస్నేహః.
తత్ ప్రాప్య శుభాశుభం.
తత్ ప్రాప్య శుభాశుభం.
నాభినందతి నద్వేష్టి.
నాభినందతి నద్వేష్టి.
తస్య ప్రజ్ఞా ప్రతిష్ఠితా.
తస్య ప్రజ్ఞా ప్రతిష్ఠితా.
Pranavi, you want to try?
Yes, uncle.
Yah sarvatranabhisnehah tat prapya shubhashubham.
Yah sarvatrani vishnehah tat prapya shubhashubham.
Nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishthita.
नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
సర్వత్రాన్ అభిస్నేహ. స్నేహ అంటే ఏంటమ్మా? స్నేహ ఇస్ అ నేమ్ ఇండియాలో. స్నేహం అంటే ఏంటి తెలుగులో?
ఫ్రెండ్షిప్.
తెలుగు వచ్చేస్తాం శీతల్. ఎస్, ఫ్రెండ్షిప్, కరెక్ట్. స్నేహ అంటే ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ కదా. యాక్చువల్లీ స్నేహ అంటే ఏంటంటే వన్ హూ ఈస్ వెరీ క్లోజ్ టు యువర్ హార్ట్, దట్ ఈస్ స్నేహ, రైట్? ద ఫీలింగ్ ఆఫ్ సంబడి బీయింగ్ క్లోజ్ టు యూ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as స్నేహ. నౌ what Bhagwan is saying, yah sarvatran abhisneha. So whatever has been your greatest liking, the greatest closeness, he is my close, that is very close to my heart antu untam kada, close to my heart ani. There is nothing like that for us sthita prajna lakshana purush. There is nothing like that which is very 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 close, other than what? Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha, other than Shri Krishna Paramatma residing in his heart. Other than that, there is nothing else which is close. At least the materials that he sees around are definitely not close. Yah sarvatran abhisneha, without any attachment to those, to anything around. Tat prapya shubha ashubham. From there, because of those that are around, of course they are not close, but because of them, sometimes good happens, sometimes bad happens, sometimes auspicious, sometimes inauspicious. So what happens is, I have my friend next door. He may show suddenly a lot of affection towards me, take good care of me, or the very next moment he may abuse me, he may hit me, he may do something wrong to me. He's the same friend, same brother, same sister, same wife, same husband, same, everybody same, but then they may do different things at different times to you. So what is this? Bhagwan is saying that shubha ashubham, good and bad that happens because of these around, sarvatran, that is na abhinandati na dveshti. I will not like that person when he is like truly helping me, taking good care of me. I will not hate him or her when they are trying to hurt me or they are trying to create a problem for me. Ashubham. Na abhinandati, na dveshti. Neither liking nor dislike. See how beautiful. I'm only talking about persons, but this can happen to situations. There are three types of problems that come in our life. There are three things that influence us. What are those three? Who can tell me? And that is the reason why we say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi 3 times. This is for those three things. Please be calm, be calm, be calm. Don't disturb me. What are those three things? Do you remember, Pranavi? Adhyatma, Adhibhuta, Adhidaiva. 3 things. Adhyatma, my own doings. Whatever I did is going to hurt me. Ante enti? For example, I did not brush my teeth. What will happen? I will have bad breath. Do I like my bad breath? No, definitely not. Is it causing some kind of a problem for me? Yes, I'm not liking what it is. Similarly, if I don't brush, what will happen? My teeth will start. It will become looser, right? So it will start paining. I cannot eat few things that I want to. That is a pain. Why it happened? Because it's my own deed. I did not do the right thing, so it happened. Adhyatma. Something which is internal to me that I could have controlled, I am not able to control, so there is a problem. It is called Adhyatma. Second one, Adhibhuta. Surroundings. Your surroundings will disturb you. Your surroundings will disturb you, will cause problem for you. Surroundings could be anything. Surroundings could be family, relations, friends, or sometimes the environmental conditions, heat, excess heat. When I go out, lot of heat. I feel, oh my God, I am in a wrong place. I should go immediately into the house. But I cannot because I have to walk. The ground is hot. I don't have chappals. This is the environment which is causing pain to me, right? Prevailing environment in which I am located. So that is Adhibhuta. Because of that, I may get pain or problems. The third one is Adhidaiva. So Adhibhuta, can you control? Only thing you can do is you run away from it. There is still a possibility that you change your environment and you are safe. Adhidaiva is something that you cannot predict and it happens, like earthquake, floods, hurricanes. Can you control? No. Can you escape? No, because it just happened. All of a sudden, whose act is that? Daivam, Adhidaivam. So these are the three things which will cause deviations to you, which will cause problems in your life. From all these three deviations and problems, the Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha, what he will do, na abhinandati, na dveshti. See, I told you only about people, right? Those who can hurt you, those who can bring goodness and bad in your life, shubha, ashubha in your life. But this can happen with things that are not in your control, and sometimes things that you yourself have done. All these three layers of problems, Adhyatma, Adhibhuta, Adhidaiva, will not affect this person. He will not like when something good happens because of these three. He will not like, he will not dislike or hate if something bad happens because of these three things in life. Such a person is a Sthita Prajna Lakshana. He is giving very good examples. So if we see somebody like that, they are Sthita Prajna Lakshana. These are the qualities. Sthita Prajna is a quality. Okay. So Bhagavan is defining all these qualities. Let me chant once again so you can recollect the meanings now. Yah sarvatran abhisneha tat tat prapya shubha ashubham na abhinandati na dveshti tasya prajna pratisthitah. Tasya prajna pratisthitah means such a wisdom of Sthita Prajna Lakshana person who applies his wisdom about the scriptures, like whatever he has learned here, when he applies that and proves that he neither likes or hates the situations around, such a person is the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Now, this is the answer to the first question. What was the first question of Arjuna? what does Sthita Prajna Lakshana speak? How do they speak? What do they speak? They speak nothing bad about anybody. They speak nothing so good about anybody. They just stay as normal as possible. This is what they behave like. If you see somebody overly boasting, oh, you are super, sir, you are this, sir, you are that, sir. Okay, thank you. If somebody is saying, oh, you are like fit for nothing, every time a person comes and, just yells and this, okay, thank you. But the Sthita Prajna Lakshana person will just stay calm. He will just see as is. He will say, okay, this is what it is, and done. There is no liking for it. There is no dislike for it. Right? So that is a Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Such a wisdom is the everlasting wisdom. Such a person will have the right thoughts and the right focus on Paramatma. All right? Cool. We will just follow further in the next session from 48 onwards, some more better examples on how we can control and become Sthita Prajna. Now, the next, obviously, Arjuna, when it's being explained how a Sthita Prajna Lakshana person behaves in this world, Arjuna will say, okay, give me some more tips so that I can also implement this. Won't you all look like that? Are you not looking for such kind of tips? Yes, when Bhagavan says this is how you should live, he'll not leave it like that by just saying you live. He'll give you hints. Those hints are going to come in the subsequent verses on how we can achieve that. Okay? All right. Let's do our closing prayers. Sit straight, Nana. Om Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Whenever you say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times next time, think of Shanti from problems that are your own controlled, but you are not able to control. Shanti from things that you can get away from, and Shanti from something which is God's act, right? And you will see a beauty after you chant that properly with the meaning in your mind and chant it. There'll be a great peace after that. See you all. See you all on the next session. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye, Uncle. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye now.
Thank you.